Hi, Tom here. Welcome to the first Tom's Page Turning Tuesday of the new year. We left off, John had just taken me across the street with Mom to see the movie Space Odyssey 2001. Kind of freaked me out. I was pretty young at the time. Let us continue. That night, right on cue, I have a nightmare. In my dream, I wake up to the crashing sound of a spacecraft breaking through the ceiling of our apartment. It's down the hall, hissing noisily. I get out of bed to assess the damage. I'm wearing the same pajamas I'd worn to bed that night, which confirms to me that I'm not dreaming. Down the hall, glowing lights peek through the yellow, murky haze. Moving my feet one deliberate step at a time, I finally reach the living room. The sphere-shaped one-man space pod from the movie has crash-landed in our living room. It crackles like a car engine after a long drive. What makes it so insanely scary is that it's from another planet, so anything could be inside. I hear the mechanics of the pod door unlocking, leaving me paralyzed in the escaping vapor. The curved door opens slowly and slides to the side, revealing a shape inside. I wake up. My heart is racing. I'm sweaty. At least I didn't wet the bed. I want my mom, but she's in bed with John. If I wake him up, I'll get whipped for sure. I can't shake the dream. I can't sleep. Although I didn't stick around to see it, I know who it was that was going to step out of the capsule. Other than allowing John to abuse us, my mom does an excellent job mothering during this stage of our lives. I think she loves having the power to shape our view on life. For a brief period of time, she's extremely present and hands-on. She scratches our back with her long fingernails while we watch TV. She reads us books, not just before going to bed, but at any time of day. My favorite is Where the Wild Things Are and A Giraffe and a Half. We also page through The Red Balloon together and look at each picture thoughtfully. She also takes us to libraries filled with more books than I ever imagined possible. Mom paints cartoon-like flames on our bear claw tub because we always want the water hotter, hotter, hotter. We sit oldest to youngest, Shelley, Chris, me, Molly, and Alex. We soap up each other's backs and write letters and numbers with a single finger through the suds, tickling each other like crazy. We have a Polaroid of us in this tub looking like we're being cooked by a tribe of cannibals. We visit parks in different parts of the city. She takes us to museums to feed our growing brains and exposes us to art, from classical paintings to modern exhibits. She likes Dada for its satirical and nonsensical nature. We also go to the aquarium and to the Museum of Natural History and see stuffed animals in large painted scenes representing the African safari, the ice-crested Arctic, and the rainforest of South America. She brings us into the Haight-Ashbury neighborhood to buy incense, records, and yards of sewing material. She allows us to stand on the outer edge of the cable cars because she knows we're smart enough to hang on. She lets us venture to Peggy's house on foot and makes sure we know what to do if we ever were to get lost. She trusts us enough to play outside until the street lights come on. She encourages us to make good decisions, to be helpful, respectful, and polite. She takes us to Twin Peaks and lets us feed the live birds they've rescued. She sincerely enjoys blowing our minds. She does all the endless little things that loving mothers do to help their kids become good people. And I'm very grateful for this period in our life when she put a lot of energy into her kids. Unfortunately, it didn't last. I open my eyes to see the round mirror on the wall. As I'm pulling myself back into the room, I turn towards Dr. Robin and find her smiling gently at me. I begin to wonder if any of these stories are relevant. I know I have a tendency to ramble. These are very interesting experiences, Tom, and we have about 15 minutes left. Please continue. I have to think what I'll talk about next. I shake my head and try to recall those early days in the city. Back then, Green Acres was actually on primetime TV. I am the 1968 San Francisco hula hoop champion. Okay, wow. They say we're all born with a God-given talent. If it's something like music or art, there's a good chance the person will stumble across their gift and embrace their natural passion. But for some, their talent is so obscure that unless they just happen to be making cheese or trying their hand at scrimshaw, then sadly, they'll never discover their true gift. My God-given talent involves the hula hoop. No one says you get to choose. The park we hang out at after school always has something going on. Chris and I have been taking gymnastic lessons from a small man with a heavy accent who bribes us with nickels, dimes, and quarters to do cartwheels, back handsprings, and aerials. I learned how to plant a handstand and walk on my hands. One afternoon, the park is hosting a hula hoop contest. Just for fun, I enter and surprise everyone, including myself, by winning. I stick around and watch the older kids do their tricks and easily master them. The city finals are a week away. I come up with a routine of gradually harder and harder tricks that's good enough to win the title. I get a trophy and a $100 Whammo gift certificate. I also get my picture in the paper. In it, I'm swinging the hoop around my neck. I have holes in my shirt, tears in my pants, and some sock poking through my canvas tennis shoe. I actually look like one of the orphans from Oliver. The following week is Northern California Regional Finals at Funston Playground in the Marina District. And then the world. So for those of you, who maybe want to actually buy the book, there's a picture that you can't see if you have the ebook. Well, I don't know. Anyway, here's a picture of me from the San Francisco Chronicle as the city champion. Thank you for tuning in. Happy New Year to everybody, and I will see you next Tuesday on another edition of Tom's Page Turning Tuesdays. So long for now.